Like, he literally called them all unemployed and poor on Twitter after they simply pointed out that him becoming rich and fit changed him for the worse. Then he ultimately got so heated about this that he ended up going on this really long rant on Two Bears One Cave about how all his poor fans just need to change their mindset in order to become rich.
And definitely all your watches that don't fit, bring those over too. Any car you can't fit in.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
No, Tom. Don't say anything, bro. Don't say nothing.
Every time we talk about like a watch or a car, I'll get a bunch of messages from losers that try to tell me
that's crazy.
That I'm making them feel bad about their situation. You're in control of your own situation and your own feelings. So don't...
Then give them the money back. Give them the money back. All the millions you made from them, give it back to them. If that was the case. In today's video, I'm going to do a video about Tom Segura. It's by American Redact. She's about to expose him so hard. Now, the story behind the Tom Segura saga is that Tom Segura is somebody that I have made a video about. One of my early videos I made about Tom Segura. I did that video based on, what I saw online, and got a chance to do a quick review of Tom Segura. And at the time, I gave him quite a slight bit of a pass because I felt as though Tom Segura wasn't that bad of a person. Well, I was wrong. So in today's video, I'm going to break down Tom Segura again, but this time with more context and more information so that I can be able to make sure that I'm more accurate in my analysis when it comes to the power dynamics flow within his life and within his circle. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Joseph, with Joseph Teaches Power Dynamics. My objective is to talk about power dynamics when it comes to relationships with self, relationships that are romantic, relationship when it comes to groups, and relationship when it comes to society. And I can't wait. Let's get into it. Let's talk about, let's do a reanalysis of Tom Segura so that we could put out a more accurate video out here for you guys to enjoy. Let's get into it.
We're never getting a divorce, just so you know. Like, you're in it, at least until our kids are grown. Not fucking happening, Segura. We're in it for life. You hear me?
So,
I am not doing this to my kids ever. You hear me?
What do we do?
They're not
what do we
becoming
do if there's
stand-ups.
problems?
Pretend like we're not. Oh my God, pretend like we're happy forever.
Well, you better start
20
eating my
years.
scrum.
Babe, I'm already getting implants. I'm already getting the chest tats, the neck tats.
So by now, you've probably seen the news that Tom Segura and Christina P. are officially getting a divorce, which of course came as a huge surprise to absolutely no one. I mean, what are the odds that the self-entitled multi-millionaire comedian who seems to be having a full-blown midlife crisis decides to split from his wife and the mother of his 2 kids right after losing a bunch of weight and landing an Emmy nomination? Like, what a completely unpredictable and shocking turn of events. But being that neither of them have officially addressed it on their podcasts yet, since according to Christina, the podcasts currently coming out were filmed in advance, fans of the show have begun digging up old clips trying to figure out what may have led to their divorce. And surprise, surprise, folks, everything points to this most likely being Tom's fault. I mean, for starters, Tom's basically never at home. Like, he's essentially been doing his year-round comedy tour across the world for a super long time, which was clearly a huge issue with them that they were dealing with behind the scenes.
Okay, you have 2 kids. How old?
Yep.
6 and 4.
Okay, so this is like almost like abusive, right? How much he tours.
Yeah.
Abusive.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And that's an issue. Is that an issue?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And what will you talk about it?
Oh, on air on this show? No, but in private, yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's terrible.
Why don't you talk about it on the
Oh, wow.
Okay, how old are the kids again?
4 and 6.
Oy.
Yeah.
So what is this facial expression that he's making like this, bro? He's looking at him with that dead stare like, yeah, you better stop asking these questions. You better stop asking these questions, sir. You're asking too much questions. That is crazy.
Okay. 4 and 6.
You like your fucking life, Christina?
So Tom Segura constantly being out of the house while on his comedy tour was definitely a huge issue for them, but they were clearly making it work, since Christina tours a lot too, and they both have super busy schedules as comedians. Therefore, fans are starting to think that a bigger, more glaringly obvious reason as to why they may have split is actually pretty simple. Like Tom Segura, over the past year or so, has gotten in incredible shape, and has been really trying hard to become like the next big comedy movie star, I guess. Like it seems like this guy truly wants to be the next Will Ferrell at the ripe age of 47. So he's somehow become even more self-absorbed than he already was, as he's—
Wow, I cannot believe that this is Tom playing as a woman, bro. What?
trying hard to become
What character is he playing? This is such a strange thing. What I have learned based on some further digging and investigating is that Tom Segura seems to be right now public enemy number one. It seems as though a lot of people don't like Mr. Tom, and I am finding it quite interesting that a man who I was trying to be neutral about has even disgusted me and made me very disappointed in him. You know, I think one of the biggest things I realized in the process of making videos is that when you're making videos, at first, when you make a video about a topic, you may have a mentality of, let me just get this video out there. But when fans respond to you and let you know that you don't quite know as much as you thought you know, it opens your eyes, or it opens your mind to want to do more research. And based on my research and based on what I've been finding out, it just seems as though Tom has been rubbing his wife the wrong way and also his friends the wrong way. And so the fact that he's really trying to rebrand as a different individual, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. It just seems as though the man has his eyes set on making more money. That's really what he cares about, it seems like.
like the next big comedy movie star, I guess. Like it seems like this guy truly wants to be the next Will Ferrell at the ripe age of 47. So he's somehow become even more self-absorbed than he already was, as he's really trying to become the actor that he's always wanted to be. And he's admitted that this has been his biggest dream all along. Like when he first moved to Los Angeles, he actually didn't want to pursue stand-up comedy at all.
Sometimes you have to remind yourself like of what your dream, like your original dream, you know? And my dream when I moved to LA had nothing to do with stand-up. I never thought of stand-up. Not to say that I don't love doing stand-up today. I'm in love with stand-up. But I moved to LA because I was like, oh, I want to do movies.
So being that Tom was recently nominated for an Emmy, which he of course submitted the $300 submission for by himself, I think it's safe to assume now that Tom Segura is the most insufferable, egotistical version of himself. I mean, this guy is really LARPing as some sort of struggling artist these days, and he even has an entire Instagram page dedicated to his quote-unquote photography, which is of course filled with some of the worst shots imaginable.
Let's see these shots. Yeah, these shots are kind of hard to understand by most people's standards. These look like regular photos that someone would take for their Instagram. I don't really see much else to it, I guess. Yeah, these are like regular photos that people would take. So I don't know. It seems
I mean, this
alright.
dude really bought a $20,000 camera and thought that that qualified him as a professional.
Is that really a $20,000 camera? I guess it might be. Did he say that he spent $20,000 on the camera? I don't know, man.
photographer. So when you combine that with the fact that he's totally slimmed down, you can kind of see how his life just totally revolves around himself, even more so than before.
The most I ever weighed was 265.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And what are you now?
187.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's like, what, 80 pounds? I feel so much better. Of course. I'm lifting 4 days a week.
Wow.
The other difference, the big difference, is that I dialed in, not with croissants, but I've dialed in my nutrition a lot more. Like, I eat 4 times a day now.
Okay, that joke was weak. For Matt who's a comedian, he got to do a little bit more to hit the joke button, especially with the reputation that he has now in Hollywood. It's fortunate that he has a bad reputation now. If you're going to be someone that is not loved by everybody, at least get your jokes together, my guy.
I'm on top of my macros. You know what I mean? Things I've never done before.
Why do you eat 4 times a day?
This nutritionist just gave me this plan, and I've been just doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I eat 50 grams of protein at each of those 4 different meals.
Like, this dude probably eats all his meals by himself, and probably even turned down the family dinners the rare times that he'd be at home with his family, in order to achieve this Joe Rogan TRT peptide physique. So by all means, this dude probably sees his trajectory in Hollywood and now wants to chase around the 20-something-year-old OF models instead of honorably being a married man. Like, nothing really screams midlife crisis more than a picture of skinny Tom Segura in 2026. So when you combine that with him never being home, a lot of people actually speculate that Tom's been cheating on Christina P. for a very long time. Of course, these are just theories made by fans desperately waiting for Christina to break her silence and expose Tom on her podcast, but it is awfully suspicious how even his own best friend, Bert Kreischer, thought that Tom was cheating on Christina way back in 2023, which came after Tom didn't show up at the premiere of Bert's big movie, The Machine. Like, that was super out of character of Tom, and it led Bert to think about how he might actually be cheating on his wife.
Tommy, dude, can I tell you the move of the year?
Okay, so I already did a review on this section of the video with a different editor, a different YouTuber. So the thing about Tom, so let me just go ahead and go into it. So the thing about Tom so far that I'm realizing is that although Tom was somebody that seemed as though Tom seems like a man who's trying really, really hard to be a different person. The person that he used to be openly was this person that seemed like a nice guy, that seemed like a good guy. But it seemed as though over the years, he's gotten into that place of wanting to be who he really think he is. I think, honestly, I made a video about Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan may have influenced Tom to be the kind of a-hole person that he is. The kind of person that he is right now, he could be influenced by Joe Rogan. I don't know, does Joe even have a woman? Like, does he have a lady that he's with? Because, for me, I look at it like this. If a guy has single friends or friends who don't really see the value in relationships, the power dynamic flow within that friendship is going to overwhelm that individual because they're influencing you to behave like them, to live like them, and become like them. And so you're missing out on the control aspect of your manhood. So a lot of men, when they feel themselves being dominated in relationships that they are in, i.e. the friendships where the power dynamic role is being controlled by the friends, they are going to look for ways to take back control over that. And maybe his way of taking control over his relationships is to divorce Christina, which I think is ridiculous, but that's what it is. And then top of the whole cheating situation, there's a lot of speculation about him cheating. We'll just be transparent. If he's cheating, man, that man is trying not to let people know. I really don't have any mental blocks about the cheating. But I will admit, though, if he is cheating, it's going to be very, very challenging for a lot of people, especially because people are having speculating. So when they find out that if that is true, man, a lot of people are going to have a field day with him for sure.
Give me the move.
So Tom doesn't reply. Hey man, are you gonna make it to the premiere? Please tell me to make it to the premiere. No reply. I then call him and he's like, hey man, I can't make it. And I go, and I told Rogan, Tom's cheating on Christina. I was like, something's going on, man. Like, he was acting so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because it's just off. It's out of character, out of integrity from him.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to Rogan the other night, and he's like, how's everything going? You know, Rogan sometimes can get that inside vibe from you.
Yeah.
I go, something's going on with Tommy. He goes, what's going on? I said, I don't know, man. I can't track it, but he's not coming to my premiere. And Rogan's like, whoa. He's not coming to your premiere? And I was like, dude. And then you know how, like, sometimes you sell your buddies under the bus? I was like,
No.
and then you know how, like, sometimes you sell your buddies under the bus? I was like, he was in Europe for 40 days.
No, you don't sell your friends under the bus, bro. You don't do that. That is not cool, bro. Don't ever do that, man. I hate when people do stuff like that. That is not cool. You don't do that, bro.
He only had like 10 shows. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then he's like, wait, what do you think's going on? I go, I think he's cheating on Christina.
He's got a wife over there now.
Yeah, and
He's
then
got
he was
that
like,
Speculations, man. All this over speculations. I don't care how bad somebody is. I don't care how bad somebody is. Spreading speculations about them, in my honest opinion, is wrong. You shouldn't be doing that.
Swedish wife.
and then he's like, and I go, he's looking good. He's in great shape. He's wearing Gucci everywhere. He's got Rolexes, Porsches.
He smells
But
different.
I would swoop in on Christina at that.
So if this were true, then that would totally be grounds for divorce if Christina found out. But I guess we'll just have to wait for that podcast to come out. Until then, that whole thing about Tom cheating is just speculation. And by all means, it could totally be false. What's a little more clear than that, though, is how Tom's always seemed fine about the thought of getting a divorce with Christina. Like, he's been asked a bunch of different times on a slew of different podcasts if he'd be shaken up if they ever got a divorce, and every time he answered, he was just so nonchalant about the whole thing. So much so that you could almost tell that he probably wanted the divorce deep down.
Well, I have a question from the sound booth.
Okay.
If Christina died, what would your move be?
What would my move be?
Like,
do you
what
mean?
would you do?
I hate this. I hate that they keep using this clip, bro. Guys, stop using this clip, bro. This clip is stupid. But anyway, so the whole situation about Tom getting a divorce, I think that Tom went along with the jokes because he was thinking about it. And I think it's like someone look at me and say, duh, that's the obvious. Of course you're thinking about it. But the biggest thing that I would want to highlight or say about the whole, are you leaving your wife? Are you getting a divorce? I think that is something where if somebody plants that seed and it gets watered all the time, some people eventually want to reap the harvest on that seed. So that's why if someone that you are married to, if you want to make sure that you have a very positive power flow, especially a very positive power dynamics with that person, if someone brings up something to you about the whole divorcing them, you have to have a real conversation at that moment and say, you know what, maybe there's certain things we're not talking about, maybe there's certain things that we're not addressing that we can resolve right now before it gets out of hand. Or it could be something that you were too embarrassed to talk about with your spouse. If your friend circle, her friend circle start talking about divorcing, that's the time you need. That's the sign you need. I meant to say, that's the sign you need to go ahead and get it together to figure out how to walk through your challenges.
Enjoy my life. I don't know. Like,
I feel like when I date someone and I'm really in love, I think I would just I don't know. I don't know what I would.
I'm going to fast forward, guys, because I'm not really a fan of watching those.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but what would you do?
Great.
No, that
Been pretty checked out for a while now, so this was really just a matter of time. But with that being said, I just think it's crazy how even the comedians that they surrounded themselves with saw this coming from a mile away as well. I mean, Tom's just never around, and when he did see Christina, a lot of their interactions were work-related, which obviously is a recipe for disaster. Like, owning and working in a business with your spouse is just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode.
It's exciting to be here, and I look at you guys as this couple that are doing this together I guess my first question is, when's the divorce? When's the
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Yo, that's not. That's the wrong question, sir. Why you keep asking the question? Yo, if that was me and you hit me with that question, I'd be like, why you keep asking that question? Are you praying for my downfall? Do you want me to be a total failure in life? Like, do you want my marriage to end for your own amusement? What about you? When are you getting your divorce? Yeah, man, that's crazy. I hate that question.
that happening?
I know.
Like
gotta-
God.
it's one of those things where you love each other because you appreciate each other's talents.
Right.
But, it reaches a time where you're like, you know what? We should probably get divorced or I'm going to murder you.
Yeah.
Right?
We do too much.
Once again, guys, these type of jokes are not funny. These are not funny jokes, guys. These are not funny. Stop making non-funny jokes. Having to unalive someone is not funny.
Together.
It's taxing on a relationship.
Every day, Jim.
But what's more important, your relationship or the show? Obviously the show.
The show.
But
No, bro, the relationship is more important than the show. You guys have it backwards.
But before some of you make the comment, yes, he is a comedian and he is half joking in all these clips. But now that they're literally divorced, hopefully you guys can see that when these comedians are joking on their podcasts, that there is an underlying truth to it all. That just because they're making jokes doesn't mean the jokes are 100% false.
Okay, so before he plays that, I see what he's saying. And the reason why I see what he's saying is because his comedian friends, the comedian friends that they have seen how they are off camera. Maybe they've seen them argue multiple times. Maybe they've seen them get into disagreements and seen how they move when the camera's not rolling. So they, in their mind, always felt like, oh, these guys are not supposed to be together. It could be something where they really yell at each other, get into really fight major disagreements. Maybe they're so used to hearing them off camera and off the air going crazy that they said to themselves, yeah, these guys should not be married.
If you're, I mean, my idea for you, I'm not your business manager.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think your divorce should be pay-per-view. And it feel like we all know it's coming, right? We wish you both well.
No. He's got it. Go.
Tom.
What? Just
No, but that thing of like, I genuinely think
he's
it could
so
be great.
smart. Let him talk.
But that.
And obviously in this day and age, divorce is a super common thing. I mean, roughly half of the marriages in the United States alone end in divorce. But regardless of how normal it is, guys, this sure is just a downright horrible look for Tom Segura. Like after Christina was diagnosed with breast cancer and had to go through multiple surgeries to beat that, Tom wound up leaving her anyway as soon as he dropped weight and touched a
Wow, that's crazy, bro. You left your wife when she needed you? I didn't know. That's weird.
lick of success in Hollywood. Like, this guy truly looks like a scumbag with what's available online. But again, Tom being a scumbag isn't really a new thing. Like, ever since he made a buttload of money with his podcast empire, YMH Studios, and after he saw his career explode on the back of Joe Rogan's podcast.
Is that Joe Rogan? Oh my God. I had no clue that was Joe Rogan. When I first saw that picture, I thought it was one of the rando friends. I didn't know that was Joe Rogan. So, okay, I see.
This dude just became a massive prick and would literally trash his fan base for being too poor to even understand him.
Look at this. Tom Segura, aka Mr. Ladybug. All the poors and losers have the same response. Oh, you were inconvenienced. Well, you should accept it. That's what me and my dumb poor family have done for generations. This is why you're poor. Oh my gosh, bro. What is this, bro? What are you doing, Tom? What are you doing? Like, bro, this is how you know a man who's not really good at roasting people, bro. Your roast to someone who's poor is you're poor? Bro, your roast is off kiltered, man. This is so disappointing, bro. How do you go from a man who's making so much money from doing podcasts from fans to now roasting the same fans who made you rich. That's crazy.
Like, he literally called them all unemployed and poor on Twitter after they simply pointed out that him becoming rich and fit changed him for the worse. Then he ultimately got so heated about this that he ended up going on this really long rant on Two Bears One Cave about how all his poor fans just need to change their mindset in order to become rich.
And definitely all your watches that don't fit, bring those over too. Any car you can't fit in.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
No, Tom, don't say anything, bro. Don't say nothing.
Every time we talk about like a watch or a car, I'll get a bunch of messages from losers that try to tell me
that's crazy.
That I'm making them feel bad about their situation. You're in control of your own situation and your own feelings. So don't
Then give them the money back. Give them the money back. All the millions you made from them, give it back to them. If that was the case.
Don't put it on me that you feel bad that I have something that, but I'm struggling with rent this month. Figure it the fuck out, okay? Like, don't make my life be a problem for your life. If you don't like it, guess what? You're not going to be able to control what people talk about. People are going to talk about things that you don't have for the rest of your fucking life. So you can decide like, okay, I won't, fine, don't listen to me, don't listen to that person anymore, but you have to control your own feelings.
It's just so funny how the younger, fatter, and funnier version of Tom Segura from the past would probably be appalled at what he's become today. Like, he really spent a portion of that podcast trashing all his loyal fans for being too poor to relate to Tom about all the $50,000 watches that he buys. Then he insufferably told them that they need to change their mindset if they ever want to make it in life, acting as if he didn't ride the coattails of Joe Rogan and Joe's massive platform to become famous. I mean, if it weren't for Joe Rogan boosting this guy's career, Tom Segura wouldn't be nearly as rich and famous as he is today.
Facts. Facts. I hate to be this guy, but you know what? Tom pushed me to the edge. Now I gotta give my breakdown, man, before he continues. So the biggest thing that I'm picking up on when it comes to the power dynamic flow within Tom is that Tom has elevated people like Joe Rogan, who have helped him become very wealthy and successful through the big platforms they have. Power play within this situation is that Joe, who invested in Tom is submissive to Joe when it comes to the controls of the relationship that they have, when it comes to being the leader, being the example to Tom. Now, Tom looks down on the wife because the wife is not within that inner circle that he has with Joe Rogan. And then, in fact, it may seem as though the wife takes him away from that. So, with that understanding, now imagine if that was the case, which I guess it was the case, and the individual end up losing all the weight because he lost that weight. All of a sudden, that submission role flips over to now where he's trying to be the dominant in the relationship dynamics that he has with people.
So clearly this whole rant just made his fan base hate him that much more.
Oh, you're talking about a nice car? I don't have a nice car, and I'm struggling right now. It's like, all right, you think people should stop talking about cars?
Yeah.
One more thing I got to tell to people who are like, because I was thinking about this too. Like,
I love this part of you. Love this part of you.
I was the same way that you were when I was broke. I never got mad at somebody who was like, here's my 911 or here's my Rolex, whatever. I mean, I'd watch those. I'd be like, that's awesome. I hope I can get that. I want to work towards that.
There's still stuff I hope I can get.
Here's the thing: if you're still mad about this, just know that it's your mindset and you're thinking like a fucking loser. But you don't have to.
You don't.
You can change the way you think, but you have to accept the way you're thinking right now is not going to get you anywhere. You're being bitter, you're being petty, you're insecure, you're not confident, and you can change that, but you have to be proactive.
So this whole incident where he labeled his fans.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. I can't believe he just said that by his fans. Tom, they put money into your pocket. They helped you out, bro. Oh, wow, it's crazy. Look how short Joe is. I'm into this on Joe, but yo, Joe is the shortest guy, bro. Okay, you know what? Man? I know this video is about Tom, but look at Joe. He's so crazy. The richest guy in the group is shorter than everyone else in the group. That's crazy, man. But anyway, yeah, Tom, listen, come down from your high horses, man. Seriously, you gotta respect your fans, my guy. You gotta respect them, man. They've been by your side supporting your work, so you gotta do that. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. The link of the full video is in the description. Here's my total summary of the whole situation. So, from the first video I made about Tom Segura and Christina P to the second, and now this one, I can honestly say that when all is said and done, I see some insecurities when it comes to Tom and the power dynamics that he's had in his relationships with people have been of submission. Over time, whenever the incident seemed to happen where he broke a bone, he's been working to revamp himself. He's been someone that's been going downhill with his fans and don't seem to care what they think, which I don't like. I want him to care what they think, not try to roast them on the internet, not try to make them look bad. Because at the end of the day, your fans are the ones really paying your bills, to be honest with you. I allow you to make the money to pay your bills, so you gotta respect them. But yeah, if you're someone that's in the power dynamics play with somebody where they're not really communicating with you, but they're making really big decisions without you, and also understand what kind of mindset they have so that you could know accordingly the best way for you to move. With that being said, guys, if you like my review on Tom Segura and the ongoing drama between him and his ex-wife Christina, let me know in the comment section. And then in addition to that, if you're someone that's curious about learning about more about power dynamics, I want you to support the channel as well. And basically, yeah, let's just go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. Help us grow the channel. Right now, the channel is still small, so the goal is to grow it to about 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, we're on the way there. We've already got, after the recording this video, we had about like 12 individuals that subscribed. So within a span of 2 weeks. So we definitely gotta give a lot more people coming in. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video.